What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We're in my garage today doing some dry fire training. It's been raining the last couple of days. I haven't been able to really get out to the range to do any live fire sessions this week. I'm looking to do that either tomorrow or Thursday, as like the weather is going to be better the rest of the week. We have 4 days until Area 6. So what I'm going to be working on today is some Area 6 specific things as far as like start positions. And then honestly, like dry fire basics, just draws, transitions, a couple of reloads, a lot of movement stuff I'm going to work in live fire tomorrow. Whether I do it in dry fire today, we'll see. It really depends on how much time I have left. But otherwise, hope you guys enjoy it. Let's get to work. All right, so basically, first thing I'm going to just work on here is just a standard draw, just hands relaxed at sides. Right now, I have my par timer set for 1.2 seconds, since that's kind of a reasonable time and something that I feel is like pretty realistic for me at the moment. And depending on just how well I feel like I'm drawing today, maybe I'll just drop the par timer a little bit, but we're going to go 5 to 10 reps right now, drawing to this uspsa target right here. Just off the timer here. Stand by. Okay, that actually got caught up in my holster a little bit on that one. Here we go, rep 2. Good. Just making sure the dot's always in the A zone. Bringing the glass up to my eye. Good. One more here. Good. Those actually felt pretty good. Okay, so here all we're going to really do is pretty much use this target and like the uspsa target with the no shoot, and pretty much just try to clear those two targets. It's not going to be in 1.2 seconds, but I leave the 1.2 second par timer on just so I can always just focus on my draw at the start. So we're just going to put 2 shots on each of those targets and just making sure my eyes transition. Because there's a no shoot here covering the A zone, I'm probably looking to like aim for the middle of the Charlie zone here, right? But I want to make sure my eyes get to that spot first before I bring the gun over. Okay, stand by. Good. Let's do it again. Good. That was excellent job on the no shoot target. Actually, that was like a Charlie hit, like right here. Okay, so my grip on my draw was a little off. There we go. That was better. Let's get one more. Good. Okay. Should reset that a little bit. Okay. And now I'm just going to be pretty much adding targets a little bit, right? So I'm going to be using these 3 uspsa targets, all right, like the hardcover. All right, and same concept. I'm just, in a sense, adding a target to transition to. So I'm just going to engage them with just left to right. Stand by. Let's do it again. Slightly low on the draw there. That was better. Let's go one more left to right. Good. Okay, and going right to left. Good. I pulled the trigger a little early on that left target, right? So it was in like the right Charlie zone, but draw was good. That was better. Let's get one more here. A little high on like the draw. That was better. AA, good. Those are all alphas there. I walked up to the target like I'm checking the bullet holes. Okay, and here, like honestly, this is where I would say like rest, right? Like give the hands a rest for a little bit. Okay, you don't want them fatiguing too quickly and then your grip starts going to shit. Okay, so it might speed up this part of the video, right? But I'm gonna kind of just like relax my arms and hands. Okay, so all I'm doing here, I'm using the two bigger outer targets here. I'm gonna have my gun up, right? Indexed on this right target. And then on the beep, as I reload, okay, I'm gonna cross over the stick and then just finish here. And I'm, in a sense, I'm trying to do that. And again, the 1.2 second par timer is on. So I'm just adding a little bit of movement to the reload because I'm probably going to be moving when I'm reloading unless it's a classifier and it's just a stand and deliver type of thing. But so I'm going to just get a few reps moving to my left and trying to pretty much reload and have the gun index on like the left target within that par time. Okay. Okay, stand by. Let's do that again. That one, I got caught up a little bit. Let's do one more. Oh, no, not a good grip on the mag. Let's get a good grip on the mag here. That was better. Okay, let's just relax for a second and we're gonna go right to left here. Not too bad. Again. Let's get one more. Just gotta get a good grip on the magazine here. Okay. Moving to my right, actually felt pretty smooth. Okay, here we're gonna do a few draws, pretty much hands above shoulders. I like to just kind of touch my head. This way I kind of know where my hands are in space. Okay, but we're just gonna draw to the hardcover target. Here we go. Okay, well, that wasn't the best grip on the gun. Let's do that again. That was pretty good. 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 Okay, all we're gonna do now is pretty much add movement to that. So I might just add like a step forward, right? Or maybe a step to the side, right? I don't necessarily know exactly where I'm gonna be standing on a particular stage, but just to make sure if I need to maybe exit out of that position, okay, I still feel comfortable having my hands above my shoulders. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a couple step into the left. Okay. Didn't really have the dot was in the right hardcover. Okay, so we'll try it again. Good, that was right on it. Let's go step into the right. Good. Got the dot to the alpha. My support hand wasn't firm on the gun there. That was better. I'm gonna do one more though. Good. Okay, and then again, relax the hands. Okay, so another thing we're gonna do here, another start position is actually hands resting on like a fence or a vision barrier, right? So I'm just going to use the squat rack here. And I'm pretty much using these two IPSC targets, right? I got this one here, this one here. Okay, so let's say I'm starting on this left one, right? So on the beep, I'm actually going to step to my left, right, and present here. Same thing here. This is just going to be a bigger step to the right, right? So from here, I'm going to need to move. I might actually have to take a couple of steps to present to that one. And then same thing, I'm going to start on this side. So it's an easier shot to the right target, but then a bigger step to the left. Okay, so we're going to just come here. The 1.2 second par timer is still on. Don't worry about that, right? I'm just trying to focus on getting the gun up as soon as possible before reaching that right target there. Stand by. Good. Yeah, I felt on that one like I actually had the gun ready to go as I was passing this part of the squat rack here, which is what I want. Okay, let's do that again. Good. Okay, we'll just take a step to the left here. Stand by. And I love how the easy one is the one that gives me trouble, right? Let's do it again. Good. One more. Good. Okay, and then we're going to start on the right side, same concept. Here we go. Stand by, moving to the left first. One more. Stand by. Okay. That one was okay. It wasn't the best grip, but it was still okay. All right, let's just go here and your target. Good. Just one more here. Good. And relax. Okay, and then from here I'm just going to set up a seat. So there is one where you're actually going to have to like get up out of a chair. All right, so here, all right, I'm using this plyo box as like a chair. I put a fault line there. So according to just one of the stages, at least the one that says you have to start seated in a chair, right? Hands are relaxed on thighs, feet flat on the ground. It looks and seems as though when you get up out of the chair, you're going to have to run forward to some degree to actually enter the shooting area. So that's what the sticker is there for. So I'm going to get up, start drawing the gun, and be ready pretty much on the hardcover target on that side of the fault line. Okay, so here we go. Stand by. And the par time is still on, but I'm not too worried about that. Here we go. Stand by. And biggest thing is just making sure that gun is up, ready to engage that hardcover target before I get that last step in. Okay, here we go. Stand by. Let's do that again. Okay. So we'll rest again. So not too difficult, right? It's just a matter of not taking easy start positions for granted and then just like fucking it up somehow. So it's just kind of repping them out a little bit. Okay, so here we're pretty much doing like a kind of like a designated target drill. I pretty sure you can see this in the camera. So we have this target here, the one with the no shoot, this one. And then again, we're only going to use these bigger targets at the moment. So disregard like the steel poppers and the little targets. So these three, and you can see this open paper and then another no shoot one here. So right now we're going to say that IPSC no shoot target is the designated target. And I'm pretty much just going, okay, one target out, back in, next target, back to the no shoot, hard cover, back to no shoot, right, until I pretty much make it all the way to that no shoot, and then finish on this no shoot. Apologies for the camera angle, as far you're just going to kind of be seeing behind me a little bit, but biggest thing I'm focusing on here is getting my eyes to the center of wherever I want to put the dot on, right? It really depends on the target. Obviously, like these are open targets. Okay, obviously the hard cover is in the center of the A zone, but again, targets like this that have like the no shoot, okay, I'm going to be aiming maybe more for that Charlie zone. And then same thing here, I'm going to be aiming more, I want the dot to kind of land on like the perf line between the alpha and the Charlie. So it's just looking for my target, getting my eyes out in front of the gun, and then getting the dot there, okay? I'm looking to do this as far as par time. I'm going to put it for 9 seconds right now. I think I had it maybe around there. All right, here we go. Okay. 9 seconds might be a little short, but honestly, I'm okay with that. It's going to kind of push me a little bit. Okay, now we're just going to pretty much have that no shoot target on the left here is going to be the designated target. So starting there, here we go, stand by. Woo, just made that one. So a couple of shots were probably a little errant. They were all within like Charlie Alpha. I think like here I had like 2 Charlie. This one was close. That could have been like Alpha Mike. And obviously we're trying to be strict here, but at the same time, I'm also trying to like push my speed. So I wouldn't say that was out of control to the point where it's not helping me. That's the speed I want to push a little bit. Okay, just to push my eye speed, my hand speed. Okay, designate, I'll move to the right a little. Designated target's going to be here, the hard cover, and I'm pretty much going to go left, middle, right, middle, left, middle. So it's going to feel like it's like a left, middle, right, middle pattern until they're all clear. Okay, stand by. Whew. Okay, we're going to do that one more time. Same pattern. We're just going to go middle, right, left. So just a mirror image of what I did a little bit. Come on. Eyes first, eyes first. Let's go. That's how we get it done. That's how we do it. We got some chalk here on the ground. Okay, so strong hand weekend. Okay, we're not going to do a designated target drill. We're just going to clear all the targets, either right to left or left to right. Again, only using the bigger targets, so disregarding the steel and like the smaller paper targets. So I'm just going to draw strong hand only to the no shoot target and just work my way across in about 9 seconds. So the par timer is the same as the last drill. All right, let's just see how it holds up here. Okay, stand by. Okay. So with the mess up, there was still plenty of time left over. Okay, so all I'm gonna pretty much do here is add these 4 targets here. Okay, so we're gonna redo that right to left. We're just adding targets. Stand by. Okay, good. That was pretty good. Okay. And single hand, I'm like trying to prep the trigger. I'm trying to respect what would be like the distance of these targets, like slowing down on the steel, just to make sure we go 1 for 1 on the steel. We don't want to move the gun the last second and have to take a makeup shot, especially one-handed. Okay, so let's go left to right, strong hand. Okay. That one I just took my time. I just wanted to settle the dot a little more and make sure I wasn't moving the gun. Okay. Let's go weak hand. So we're going to do that with the draw. Okay, and let's go left to right. Okay, stand by. Okay. It actually felt pretty good, okay, especially how I just transferred the gun over. I felt like I grabbed the gun very well. Let's do that right to left. Good. I'm finding the dot better on my weekend side. Like I'm getting into the better habit of actually putting the gun over my dominant eye, which is my right eye. I used to have a lot of trouble. Yeah, like right now it's like right at the camera, right? So I found the dot like pretty well. Honestly, it comes from dry fire, guys. That's crazy. I know shooting live rounds is way more fun, right? But dry fire does clean up a lot of technique stuff. It gives you a little more confidence as far as like drawing, transitioning. Honestly, basic gun handling. It's amazing. I didn't really think dry fire would help me as much as it did and does. But when you hear the top shooters saying like, make sure you dry fire, they're saying it for a reason. So definitely work on your dry fire. I'll probably do a couple more drills off camera, but because I don't want this to be too long, as also filming live fire stuff later this week. But do your dry fire, guys. Okay, whether it's self-defense stuff, whether it's competition stuff, do your dry fire. Okay, be confident with a gun in your hands. Train with it. I'll see you guys a little later this week, and then we got Area 6 coming up. So I'm fully excited. My wife is coming with me. It's going to be her first shooting competition that she's actually going to experience. So that's going to be a fun little weekend. But other than that, guys, thank you for being here. Keep training, keep working hard, and I'll see you guys soon.